What fictional character could someone say, oh yeah, they're my role model, about that would make you slowly back away? I know someone who aspires to be like Sheldon Cooper. My brother has autism and I can't tell you how many times people have told me it must be so cool to live with a guy like Sheldon Cooper. So, you think all autistic people tell condescending science jokes and make fun of the stupid woman next door, and that's what makes up living life as an autistic person? My brother gets really nervous about making phone calls and has the entire NHL rulebook memorized to the letter, otherwise he's just my dickhead brother. Trevor from GTA V. I just started playing the game and honestly I find his story segments kinda depressing. The Joker. Same with people who say Harley Quinn and the Joker are relationship goals. Zeus from Greek mythology. Don't stick your dick in that. Too late. Patrick Bateman. When I was using dating sites there was an alarming amount of men who listed him as their hero. Very few could explain why they wanted to be someone who was either a sadistic serial killer and rapist or someone who was under so much pressure from the world he lived in that he fantasized about being one. The best case scenario was that they'd never seen the film or read the book and just really wanted to look like Christian Bale and own a transparent raincoat. Glenn Quagmire. Literally any recurring Family Guy character. Christian Grey. Thankfully didn't run into a lot of people taking him as a role model, but the number of otherwise reasonable women who wanted to find their Christian Grey was disconcerting back when the books were popular. I'm in the kink community, and when that damn shit excuse for a book came out, some of our venues filled with single dudes wearing dark suits with great eyes. There was resurgence with each movie too. Like, no one in BDSM actually acts or thinks like Christian Grey, and if they did they'd be booted for being a creepy sexual predator. It was annoying. Always amazed by the number of teenagers who take Tony Montana from Scarface as a role model. The whole point of the movie is to show how terrible of a person he is and how fucked up his vision of the American dream is. Also a lot of edgy kids comparing themselves to the Joker. We live in a society. Also, Tony was an incompetent leader. People idolize him as this hardcore cocaine kingpin, but the dude couldn't even handle part of Miami. He fucked with bigger fish than himself and immediately got the smackdown. If he was better at his job he would have been able to expand past part of a single city. Tyler Durden. My goodness, is that ever a misunderstood character and one genuinely taken as a role model by too many dudes? I think Rick from Rick and Morty is the same. A lot of people don't seem to see how much self-hatred Dan Harmon pours into that character. Carrying a flask with him everywhere he goes doesn't give it away. Tate from American Horror Story. If you actually watch the show, how are you gonna share Tate gifs on Tumblr? Do you even remember what happened? Yeah, I've seen stuff like phone cases with the Tate to my Violet, and I'm just sat there wondering if they've actually watched the show. I guess a lot of it is kids who like the edgy aesthetic without fully understanding the implications. Same kind of romanticization for Joker and Harley Quinn, 50 Shades, or Romeo and Juliet. Christian Grey. I read the books out of order by mistake. There was a lot of hype around the series those days. I assumed he was a 50 years old creep at first while reading 50 Shades Darker because that's exactly how the character acts. My guess would be it's because the author is a 50-year-old creep. Eric Cartman from South Park. Something about mashing up a kid's parents and then feeding them to the kid doesn't sit well with me. It was funny as hell that doing that pretty much bit him on the ass when you find out in episodes 200 to 201 that he's Scott Tenorman's half-brother and both share the same father, so he effectively lost his chance at ever knowing his father because of him being a psycho. Yeah, but it's not like he really felt the consequences of that. He was more upset about the fact that he was half ginger than that he killed his own father. Alex from A Clockwork Orange. I had a boyfriend in high school who idolized him. I hadn't seen the movie by that point and thought he was super edgy and cool. He was so obsessed with Akko that he bought a ton of copies of the book and handed them out like leaflets at school. He spoke in Nadsat. He ended up becoming a skinhead and got arrested a bunch of times. This was all after I broke up with him. I wish I had seen the movie sooner so I knew what I was dealing with. I'm now a massive Kubrick fan, but Akko will always and forever be kind of ruined for me because of that. Whoa, did he even read the book? He sound like someone who never read the last bit, where Alex contemplates all the destructive things he's done in the past and finally starts growing the fuck up. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you can see when I upload new daily content. Goodbye.